It is possible to see all of Istanbul's main attractions in just 24 hours. Although we highly recommend spending more time in this amazing city, it is possible if you plan ahead. So in this video, we've listed some tips on how to make the most of your time here and what not to miss. Welcome to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe for more epic stories and check out our podcast. Let's start the video. 24 hours in Istanbul. What to do? Start early in the morning by heading to the iconic Hagia Sophia, which is one of the most popular tourist destinations in Istanbul. You can buy your ticket online to avoid long queues at the entrance. The former church and mosque is now a museum and houses an impressive collection of Byzantine and Ottoman art. The interior is stunning with a huge dome that was the largest in the world. When it was built in the 6th century, it was later surpassed only by the Dome of St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. The building's unique architecture has inspired many artists over the centuries. Next, head over to the Blue Mosque, another must-see attraction in Istanbul. The mosque is known for its beautiful blue tiles and is a great example of Ottoman architecture. It also has a very interesting history. Construction began in 1609 and took 4 years to complete. The mosque was designed by the same architect who designed the Hagia Sophia, Mimar Sinan. He was considered one of the greatest architects of all time, and his work can be seen all over Istanbul. In addition to the Hagia Sophia and the Blue Mosque, other notable works include the Süleymani Mosque, the Şehzad Mosque, and the Rustam Pasha Mosque. After exploring these two famous mosques, take a break and have breakfast at one of the many cafes or restaurants in the area. This will give you a chance to try some of the delicious Turkish food. A few dishes to look for include menemen, a Turkish omelette made with eggs, tomatoes, peppers, and onions, poha, a type of porridge made with bulgur wheat, milk and butter, and simit, a sesame bread that is often eaten for breakfast. If you are feeling adventurous, you can also try some Turkish delight, a dessert made from milk, sugar, flour, and cornstarch. Once you've had your fill of Turkish cuisine, it's time to head over to the Grand Bazaar. This huge shopping mall is one of the oldest and largest in the world, and is a great place to find souvenirs or do some serious shopping. The bazaar is full of colorful shops, selling everything from spices to carpets to jewelry. Be sure to haggle over the prices since this is part of the shopping experience in Turkey. Haggling is expected, and you should not be afraid to walk away from a vendor if you feel like they are not being fair. If you are looking for something a little bit different, you can also visit the Spice Bazaar, which is located near the Grand Bazaar. This market is full of all kinds of spices, herbs, and teas. You can also find other products such as sweets, Turkish delight, and coffee. The Spice Bazaar is a great place to get gifts for friends and family back home. After a morning of shopping, take a break and have lunch at one of the many restaurants in the area. Then head over to Topkapi Palace, which is the largest and best-known palace in Istanbul. Built in the 15th century, it served as the main residence of the sultans of the Ottoman Empire for centuries. Today, it is a museum that is open to the public. Be sure to allow plenty of time to explore the palace, as it is very large and there is a lot to see. Some of the highlights include the treasury, which contains the famous spoonmaker's diamond, and the harem, which is a section of the palace that was reserved for the wives and concubines of the Sultan. In the afternoon, head over to the famous Istiklal Street. This pedestrianized shopping street is full of shops, restaurants, and historical buildings. It is also home to the Galata Tower, which offers panoramic views of the city. If you're in the mood for some people watching, then this is the perfect place to do it. Grab a coffee or tea at one of the many cafes and sit outside to watch the world go by. In the evening, we recommend taking a Bosphorus cruise. This will give you a chance to see the city from a different perspective and also learn about its history. The Bosphorus is the strait that connects the Black Sea to the Sea of Marmara and divides Istanbul into two parts. There are many companies that offer boat tours on the Bosphorus. We recommend booking a tour that includes a guide so you can learn more about the city and its landmarks. The most popular landmarks to look for on the cruise include the Rumeli Fortress, a large fortress that was built in the 15th century to protect Istanbul from invaders, and the Maiden's Tower, a small tower that stands in the middle of the Bosphorus Strait. Legend has it that the tower was built to imprison a beautiful but dangerous woman. Another option for your evening in Istanbul is to watch a traditional Turkish dance performance. These performances usually take place in the historic Balit or Fatih districts and feature music, dancing, and storytelling. It is a great way to experience Turkish culture and history. Where to stay in Istanbul? There are many different areas to stay in Istanbul, each with its own unique atmosphere. If you want to be in the heart of the action, then stay in the Sultanahmet district. This is where you'll find most of Istanbul's major tourist attractions, including the Hagia Sophia, the Blue Mosque, and Topkapi Palace. It is also home to many shops, restaurants, and historical buildings. However, it is important to note that this area can be very crowded and noisy, especially during the summer months. If you are looking for a quieter stay, then we recommend staying in the Karakoy district. This area is located on the European side of Istanbul and is home to the famous Galata Tower and Istiklal Street. It is a great place to stay if you want to be close to the action, but still have easy access to the Bosphorus. No matter where you decide to stay in Istanbul, be sure to book your accommodation well in advance, especially if you are planning to travel during the peak season. Getting around Istanbul? The best way to get around Istanbul is by using the city's public transportation system. The Istanbul Metro is a great way to get around the city quickly and easily. There are also buses, trams, and ferries that can take you to most parts of the city. Taxis are also readily available, but they can be expensive. We recommend using the public transportation system as much as possible to save money. What to eat in Istanbul? Istanbul is a foodie's paradise, and there is something to tempt every taste bud. The city is famous for its kebabs, but there are also plenty of other dishes to choose from. Be sure to try some of the local specialties, such as lahmacun, a type of pizza that is popular in the city, or manish, a stuffed flat bread that can be filled with anything from cheese to meat to vegetables. For dessert, be sure to try some Turkish delight or baklava, A sweet pastry made with layers of phyllo dough, chopped nuts, and syrup or honey. Do you have 24 hours in Istanbul? What are your favorite things to do in the city? Thanks for watching and see you next time.